Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so today we have some top high potential upside SPAC stocks that you may want to buy now. Full disclosure, I do own one of them and I will look to buy the other. Again, this is my opinion and not financial advice, so please do your own further research. Given that, let's get into it. So first, let's do a quick recap of the 4 key strategies for a profitable SPAC trade. We learned this in our last video based on how hedge funds trade SPACs. If you have not watched it, please watch the detailed video explanation on SPAC strategies above. Okay, so number 1, we will only buy stocks with reputable sponsors. Why? Because we are giving money to the SPAC and trusting them to buy a good company so we can make money. There are so many SPAC nowadays that we can only really differentiate the quality by who their sponsor is. We need to make sure they're credible and have experience so we don't lose our money like some investors did in the Nikola SPAC. Number 2, we want to buy in early at the IPO stage. This is what the hedge funds do. However, we likely won't get in the pre-IPO stage, but at least we can try to get on the day of the IPO. Though even then, we must keep with step number 3, buy at or near redemption IPO price. Then step number 4, we will sell at deal announcement. Thus, we will only look for SPACs that have not made a deal announcement yet. So the first SPAC stock to buy now is BridgeTown, BTWN. This is a very exciting and interesting SPAC. It was recently created by billionaire venture capitalist and Facebook board member Peter Thiel and Hong Kong tycoon Richard Lee. Peter Thiel is very famous for being the co-founder of PayPal, Palantir Technologies, and Founders Fund. He was the first outside investor in Facebook. Richard Lee is less famous to us Americans, but more famous in Asia. Richard Lee is the younger son of Hong Kong's richest billionaire Li Ka-shing. Richard went on to build his own business empire, chairing the Asian-based investment company Pacific Century Group. BridgeTown's focus is to look for strong companies in Southeast Asia, specifically in technology, financial services, and media. What is unique about this dual sponsor is that Richard Lee brings local connections from his extensive insurance and media operations in Southeast Asia, while Peter Thiel provides his extensive venture capital experience and track record of picking technology winners including Facebook, Spotify, and Airbnb. Hence, this SPAC definitely has the very best sponsors, and we can be confident they will find a great deal, especially since there are many great undiscovered opportunities in Southeast Asia. Next, unfortunately, we're too late to buy in at the IPO price. Though that may be a blessing, as BridgeTown traded as high as $25.84 during its IPO hype in late October. Now the price has fallen down a bit and is holding steadily at around $13. For step 3, we want to buy at or near the redemption price of $10. But in looking at the technical chart, there was a recent price jump, which we will discuss about later. Here, there seems to be resistance around $14 and support seems to be around $11. Of course, we want to get in closer to $10, but that is impossible given the high demand and growing popularity of this well-known SPAC. Thus, a more reasonable price is to get in at around $11. Or alternatively, which is what I will do, is that I will buy some at $13 and then buy more when it goes lower so that I can hold a larger position while lowering my average cost basis. This is known as dollar cost averaging and is a strategy that you should use for any stock you want to buy. You can learn more about this in our stock analysis video above. The closer it gets to 11, the more and the larger my buy will be, because I know that my downside risk is capped at $10 in the worst case scenario, so I'm okay putting more money at lower levels. Next, step 4. There hasn't been any confirmed deal announcement yet, which is a good thing, or else the price will have skyrocketed and we will no longer have an opportunity to buy this SPAC. Last week Monday, there were rumors that BridgeTown may acquire Tokopedia, which is one of the largest Indonesian e-commerce company backed by SoftBank. The deal was valued from $8 billion to $10 billion. The stock jumped from $11 to $13.50 on this news. However, since then nothing has been confirmed, and Tokopedia has stated it is also considering going public itself and have enlisted Morgan Stanley and Citigroup as advisors. Thus, the stock has dropped slowly back to $13. Even if there is no deal, I'm still very excited about this SPAC as there are many opportunities and great potential targets such as Grab or Gojek, the Uber of Southeast Asia. Or they could target Shopee, Mataharimall.com, or Property Guru. Any of these acquisitions would dramatically result in a huge pop for the stock. Hence, the risk to reward ratio here is very high given these two sponsors' connection and the ability to get a great deal done. Next, for SPAC number 2, we have Pershing Square's Totine Holdings, PSTH. Full disclaimer, I do own shares in the SPAC and may look to buy more if the price drops further. So PSTH sponsors the famous Bill Ackman. For those who don't know, he is a billionaire activist investor and founder of Pershing Square Capital Management. He has made billions betting with and against the market. More recently, he made $2.6 billion in less than 1 month during the COVID market collapse by buying $27 million worth of credit protection. With regards to SPAC experience, back in 2011, he launched Justice Holdings as a blank check company and used it to acquire the popular chain Burger King. More recently, Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank stated that he invested in PSTH because of Bill Ackman, whom he knows has been successful in private equity, and he trusts that they will do a good deal. This is the same mentality and strategy that we are following. Thus, I believe PSTH will be a good SPAC investment. So step 2, buy at IPO price. Unfortunately, we will not be able to buy at IPO anymore as it has already IPO'd in July. However, it is still trading within a decent range. Looking at step 3, please note that PSTH is a bit different from other SPACs in that it has a redemption IPO price of $20 instead of $10. Bill Ackman specifically made it higher and with different terms so that he can incentivize longer-term investors as compared to short-term swing hedge fund traders. In looking at the technical charts, we see that PSTH has been going higher since October. However, recently it was topped out at $27.50 and has been in a $25 trading range. Since I bought it early at $21 and $22, I would not be adding more here. However, you could begin to buy here for a small position at $25 and buy more if it drops to the next support at $23.50. I don't think it will fall to $22.50 or the $22 range, but if it does, I would likely add more again. Step 4, sell at deal announcement. There has been no deal announcements yet. PSTH was rumored a few months ago to be talking to Airbnb and Bloomberg, but both of these deals didn't go through and Airbnb did its own IPO. Coinbase and Stripe, who PST was rumored around as well, also recently registered for IPO filings. Thus, there is no deal yet. It has been over 6 months and still no deal. This is the risk with PSTH, but I believe in Bill Ackman and I'm glad that he's looking at quality companies and not just pushing any deal. Thus, when a deal does get done, I believe it will be a great company and the price will go up dramatically. Bonus step number 5. Sell cover calls for extra income. This is only available for PSTH as BridgeTown does not have options trading yet since it is still new. The strategy is that while we are waiting for PSTH to make a deal announcement, we will sell cover calls for extra income. Here, I will be selling the $40 calls and earning 28 cents per share. Though you will have to own at least 100 shares to sell call options, as one option contract is equivalent to 100 shares. So if I have 100 shares, I would earn $28 immediately. If PSTH stocks goes above $40, then I would have to sell my shares at $40, which is fine as that is $15 above today's price of $25. Hence, it is a win-win for me. I would earn extra income for holding the shares, and in the worst case scenario, if the stock is higher than $40 by January 15, 2021, then I still have a 60% gain. In conclusion, remember SPACs are still considered speculative stocks. We are speculating that there will be a good deal announcement. Hence, these are swing trades and not for long-term investment. I like the investment because there is limit to your downside risks, i.e. the IPO redemption price, and high potential upside if a good deal is announced. But to limit your risk, you should also read the SEC filings as not all SPACs are the same. We saw clearly that BridgeTown and PSTH each have different redemption IPO price and acquisition strategies, so reading their SEC filing will give you a better understanding of each SPAC's specific investment strategy and terms. And lastly, there are a ton of SPACs out there. The smart investors like Kevin O'Leary are sticking with only reputable sponsors. As such, we will also do the same. That's all for today. I hope this was helpful. Happy trading. Please don't forget to subscribe.